guys, it's Marie here. Today I would like to tell you guys all about the time that I was on set shooting my short film called Guilty Moon. Now, here's a brief recap. I began getting involved in this project much earlier this year. Josiah Long, a photographer that I've worked with before, recommended me for the part. So no audition necessary, I was just invited to play this role. It actually came about by a really cool circumstance, which kind of shows how some things that might be unique about you can actually be your greatest strength. They were having trouble finding black girls my age who were experienced enough to play the role. That's why I didn't really have to audition, because there weren't a lot of people contending for my part. Although my being black doesn't always let me go for a lot of roles that I would love to go for. Maybe they're not interested in African Americans. Usually it's like a family setting and they already have like a mom and dad cast, and so they want, you know, people of the same skin color to match. Here in this situation, it was an asset, and that's why I continue to see my uniqueness, my African Americanness, my dreadlocks, my gap teeth, the color of my skin, my age as a good thing, because these are the things that make me unique, and they make me perfect for the roles that I will be called upon for. Guilty Moon is a short film that I am filming with FIVESTAR Pictures. Fun fact, FIVESTAR Pictures is a company that I've wanted to work with for forever. It's just so weird how things like this come about. The story is about one girl. Her name is Sarah, who dies in a car accident. The actress Ray Davis, who you see on my Instagram and my previous video, she's the one who plays Sarah. My character feels continually guilty for her sister's death and imagines her sister with her everywhere she goes, even though her sister is dead. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a super short film, not paid, but copy, credit, and meals. A lot of you guys are so sweet and you guys ask me, well, will your movie, will your web series, will that be shown in theaters? Well, the thing is, most indie films aren't anywhere near big enough to be shown in theaters, especially nationwide. For a nationwide movie, it would have to be millions of dollars, studio budget. I would be getting paid a lot more, I would be a lot richer. Now, sadly, this probably won't be shown in theaters, but I do know when it is coming out. It is coming out in September 2017, my birthday month. Happy September to all you September babes. We are obviously the best sorts of people, so. And I'd love for you guys to check out more about the movie. If you're interested and you want to be more involved, check out the description below. Below I will have the Facebook page for the movie. And if you guys like and you comment on that Facebook page, I will most definitely reply via Facebook, so go check it out. I will also have the information of the production company, of the photographer and the writer, and the other actress who's in the movie with me, so please go and check it out. So that's it. Now it's time to get to the details of my time on set. So today I'm going to be trying something new and kind of answering some questions just to give my video a little bit of a format and so you guys can know what to. Let's just go. So what's it like being on set? Being on set is so much fun. It is so rewarding. It is so fulfilling. It's like the culmination of everything that you want to do as an actor. It's the performance to your theater rehearsals. It's the filming to your tons of auditions. So keep at it until you guys get your chance to be on set as well. On set, always, the first day is always the day that I am the most stiff. And I'm more professional because I don't know everybody. But I wasn't exactly like paralyzingly nervous just because I've been on set before. I kind of know what to expect. I kind of know how to conduct myself and carry myself around, so I'm not too concerned about it. But as always, the scenes that I film first are always the ones that I feel like are a little bit more stiff and I'm not quite in my character, so that was definitely how it was this time being on set. And that's just because whenever you get on set, there's never a meeting where you get to meet everybody. There's no introductions really. You just kind of get to set and you start filming. But I definitely loosened up. There is a video that the producer, or Mr. Malone, caught of me dancing. I'm just going like this. It's a GIF that was on his Instagram stories. And yes, there was a lot of dancing. Me and Ray did lots of dancing. I even got this guy, Ethan, who was just kind of like helping around on set to do like this little like dance. But I don't know how to explain, but all middle schoolers used to do it and you go like this with your hands. But he did it. I saw him. So after like 10 minutes on set, I had so much fun. First of all, Ray is a hoot. She is like so entertaining, has so many stories, this ability to like be herself and capture other people's attention, and I love that. I genuinely adore her so much. Like I had to resist the urge to follow her around because I'm like, please let me be like you. You're so amazing. I love you so much. Even then, I was able to talk to like the audio guy and the other people on set and be able to like make friends and joke about things. We talked about stomachs rumbling and just basically talked about anything. And by the first hour, I loosened up totally and I was just goofy and being me. If you guys know me in real life, I am like goofy as F. I am so crazy. I'm like, I literally just like, you'll see me in the corner like doing a little dance and everyone else is just like, what are you doing, Marie? What is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. I was born this way, I'm sorry. But yeah, basically those of us who didn't have to do things the whole time could goof off and talk and get to know one another, talk about random things. I learned that on set, the cinematographer and the director have the most work to do. Like they literally never sit down until like lunchtime, and they're always working because they are the ones that have to set up the shots, and they have to be there while the actors are acting, and then they have to be there to move the shots around. So they literally have like no break. So sadly, those were the people that I got to know the least. Question number 2. So what is it like when the director yells action? What is it like when he turns on the camera and says, well, actually it was a she. They had a she director. Guys, I forgot to mention this important detail. They had a girl to direct a movie. What's up, my female filmmakers? High five. Dude, I was so pumped. They did their best to get a female director who freaking killed the game. She was so awesome, so sweet. And I just love promoting like female filmmakers because that's what I want to do. Like that's genuinely something I believe in so much. But for the first few parts that we filmed, when the director yelled action, it was definitely a little intimidating. Because like I said before, when you're on set, you don't get that many rehearsals, so I'm just on camera like, what am I supposed to do? It was nice because the director actually gave us a little bit more time to run through blocking. We got to run through blocking a couple of times before filming, but even then with that, you only get at the most 5 or 10 minutes for rehearsal tops, especially because each scene is done in like tiny little sequences. So every time you shoot something, you're not going through the whole thing most of the time. You're just kind of shooting little bits and pieces. And then they often come around and they shoot it from different angles. So what happens is the director and the cinematographer set up, and then while the actors wait, while they arrive to set, while they eat, while they get dressed, while they get mic'd. Then when everyone's ready, the actors and everyone else will kind of come upstairs, and they will kind of put the actors in their place and kind of frame the shots around their face, adjust the lighting, all that kind of stuff. And then the director will come over and be like, okay, well, here's what you're doing. And then you do that, and then they adjust the shots some more, and then you shoot. So when you're there, you really have to focus, you really have to pay attention, because it's so easy not to get what the director is asking you to do. So like when I was on set, I had to use like 110% of my brain power, my energy, just to focus to make sure I'm hitting all the little things right. Look at your cue, turn here, because sometimes the shot is so specific that if you're off by a little bit, it throws off the lighting and it throws off the framing that the director has worked so hard to do. So you have to focus, make sure you're looking in the right spot, saying the right things while you're still acting. And that's kind of what makes it difficult, and that's what makes film different than theater. So my first shot, Ray walks on camera and I'm unbuttoning my shirt, and then I look up, I see her, and I say some lines. Sometimes though, there were some weird things that happened. Like for example, it was like the second or third take, and I was unbuttoning my shirt and I literally could not get it unbuttoned. Like they said action, and I'm working here trying to button my shirt for like a good 30 seconds before I could actually say my line. It was ridiculous. And it was so embarrassing because I'm just sitting here looking like a 2-year-old who can't figure out how to button her shirt, and the cameras are just rolling and everyone's just like, not really, because they're all so sweet, but that's what it felt like in my head. As for the number of takes, they kind of stopped once they got the perfect shot. Some directors like to go like 3 or 4 times after they get the perfect shot because they just want to make sure and they just want to, you know, be safe. But this time they're like, okay, got the perfect shot, maybe we'll do one more to be safe. Maybe, and then they just kind of moved on. But I think it was also because they had like limited time and they had to make sure that they got through all the shots in time, because literally every single shot that you see in a movie takes like hours to film, and that's something I never knew before. It was very interesting because a lot of film directors give very little acting advice, and that's what makes it a lot different from theater. Theater, the director sits you down and is like, hey, come here, let me tell you about your character's backstory, let me tell you about where he was born, where he came from, what his favorite color is, what he wants in the scene, what he wants out of life. And the film directors, they're like, okay, yeah, that was good. We just need your energy up a little bit more. Okay, that was good. We just need you to slow down. Okay, that was good. Because you just look to the left a little bit more and you're like, that's it? Like, seriously, that's it? Like, it's just very different. And that's why people who want to hire you for acting things, they want you to have experience, because the director doesn't want to have to deal with like a little kid who's an amateur and he says, okay, look a little bit to the left, and the kid's like, what? Puppies? Rainbows? Kittens? Like, no, this is why you have to be focused and professional, and this is why I definitely recommend taking film and acting on television classes. Even the scene that I had to cry, she gave very little direction. She gave me some time to like get into my mental state, and then she's like, hey, do you need some eye drops? And I'm like, nope, I mean, I can make myself yawn. And when I make myself yawn, I can make myself cry, and so I think I'm good. And that was pretty much it. Back to the question, when the director yells action, it's very interesting. You're in this weird limbo state of acting where you're not quite full theater performance because it's like a little clip. So you have to just jump right in to the middle of the scene, middle of the line, middle of emotion, and be right in that same path, in the same journey that you were before. You sit there, and in one aspect, you look around and you can imagine that your situation is new and it's fresh. But because it's kind of like you've done several takes, and all those kinds of things, I'm not as spontaneous. And this is the place where I can see that I need more acting work, because sometimes I still have to work at projecting and seeing my own circumstances as real and believable. And sometimes I have to work hard to imagine that I'm living in this real world. And that is something that you can always see when an actor is doing that. And that's something that I need to work on being better at. As an actress, my first takes or my second takes are almost always my best, because those are the ones I'm the most spontaneous, the most creative. Those are the ones where I get it, it feels the most real to me. By the third or fourth take, which it shouldn't be this way, as a great actress, every single take should be just as amazing as the first. My first takes are normally the best. Except for one shot today, or actually two shots today, where I actually took a risk. So what happened was, one shot I'm supposed to take this dress out of the closet and look at it. What I decided to do was I decided to kind of do like a little different action, one that felt so natural to my character. I was like, this is what she would do. This is what I would do if I were in this situation. And so I did it, and the cinematographer and the director loved it. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And they actually kind of did some extra shots to kind of recreate that thing that I did. But the producer was a little surprised when we told him later, because he's the one who's already seen the script several times, so. Oops. So what did I learn from my first day on set? Yo, guys, I learned so much from being on set. You learn so much from every single set that you go on. So there's one thing that sticks out to me that I learned on set. So there's this thing apparently that's circling the film world that's called striking. I have never heard it before, even though I've been on quite a few film sets. I have literally never heard this term before in my life. I've heard of all kinds of film lingo, like for example, room tone. Room tone is where everyone in the area has to be completely silent because they're getting the ambiance of the house or the area that you're filming. So I'm the guy, he's like, all right, room tone, and everyone's quiet. And he just films that background noise, like maybe an air conditioner, water dripping, birds tweeting, that kind of stuff. I'm not 100% sure why they do that, but apparently it helps in editing. So if you guys are going to be on set, this is something that you definitely should know. But yes, there's this thing called striking, and apparently what happens is when they yell striking, that means they're turning the lights on. You have to turn away and not look at the lights, because that means boom, the lights are going to be on in your face. However, I do this fun thing where when they say striking, I look for the light that is going to be turned on. So every single time they said striking, I go boom, and then bam, they would turn the lights on right in my eyes. And you think like, oh, hey Marie, like after the first few times, you're gonna learn, you know, you're gonna be smart about this. No, I kid you not. Every single time they said striking, it was like, where's the light? What are they talking about? Or they would say lights, striking, and then I would look for the light, and then they would turn it on. So eventually, like, one of the guys had to like stand with his hands over my eyes because I was that blinded. Like every single time this happened to me, like so many freaking times. Like halfway through the day, this became a good thing. Like everyone knows that Marie's the girl who looks at the lights when they say striking and then gets blinded. They were setting up this really tall pole of lights, and I was looking this way, and then I turned, and just as I turned, there's a little bit of film to cover it, and just as I turned, the light fell down and the filter fell off, hit me right in the face, and I literally fell down because I was like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? No one even yelled striking this time. What the heck is happening? So yes, that is a fun thing that I learned from being on set. If you hear striking on set. Please don't do what I did. Don't be like me. Go, turn away, don't look at it in the face, okay? Just don't do that. What was my first day on set? What did I do my first day on set? Well, my first day, basically we filmed every single scene except for the car accident scene, because the car accident scene filmed at night. I was basically there for a full day from 8 to 8. When I came in on upstairs to like my sister's bedroom, and we filmed some scenes, and then I changed into my pajamas, and then we filmed the night scene. The night scenes were very interesting because in order to film it, it was daytime outside. It was not nighttime. So they had to put like this great big like black sheet over the window, and then they had to like recreate moonlight and put like the stand there of blue light and make it seem like it was moonlight. So it literally looked like it was dark outside, even though it was like 12 noon. And this is the part of the day that I had to really push myself as an actress. This is the part where I had to film the sad scene. So I'm not gonna say if that happens. I'm basically supposed to be sad and crying, and I had to cry. This was my first time crying on set. Oh my gosh, like I was literally, I knew this was happening and I saw it in my script, but I was like I just didn't really register it till I got there, and I'm like, whoa crap. I am going to be crying on camera in front of all of these here people, and I didn't know if I could do it. I was genuinely scared because I was like crying, like I don't know if I can do this. In this whole movie, and actually in my whole acting career, this is one of the hardest scenes I have ever had to film. But I like it. It made me push myself as an actress, and it made me really see where I am as an actress and where I need to grow emotionally and my skills so I can become a better actress. For that scene, I basically had to prepare. I had to sit there and be sad. I had to think about my mother dying, my brother dying, and I had to really work on focusing myself and putting myself in this mental state. And as I saw my sister there, I had to imagine my mom's face and imagine the emotion that was going to be conjured up if I saw her there in this situation. And the thing about focusing was that it was hard because literally everyone around me was talking and joking. They talked about freaking Harry Potter. Harry Potter! And I was like, please let me talk. But like every time I talked or I joined in the conversation, I would lose my focus and I had to go right back. So I literally had to stay in that mental sad state. I made myself cry because I yawned and I was emotional. So I was crying while everyone else was like happy and joking, and I looked like a depressed little freak sitting there on the bed just crying. But I had to do it because every time I came out of character, I would come out of that state, and so I wouldn't be able to focus for when it was actually time for me to be on camera and crying. And so basically that day I learned the importance of staying focused, and that's why I really didn't vlog that day, because I learned that you have to really stay focused as an actress, and it's kind of hard to do two things, vlogging while being on set and all that stuff. Even though I really wanted to, there's so many people I wanted you guys to meet, I honestly couldn't. By the time we were done filming like upstairs, everyone was super sweaty. The whole upstairs like literally smelled differently because like everyone was sweaty, which I literally don't care. I go to martial arts every single day. Everyone stinks in there, like I stink. I don't really care about that stuff. But it was just interesting because it was so hot, especially because there was like 20 people in like this one little tiny bedroom, and it was just very interesting. It's something that's never happened to me before. Somewhere in between all of this, we had lunch. They went and got us Jimmy John's, which I was like, yes, it was so delicious. It was so freaking good. I got to sit down and relax, take a breather. Ray took a nap, which if you guys follow me on Snapchat at Marie Tagwell, you can see she was napping, and I put like my makeup brushes in her face to see if she'd wake up, and she didn't. So high five me. Asked her about it later, and she said she thought it was like a bug or something. I also have to admit that like during my break time, I was a little bit like a little kid, and so I kind of like rolled around the floor and like stretched, and like this picture you see, I'm just like going crazy. I was basically being insane. I was having so much fun, living my best life. They were playing like this awesome music, like Call on Me by Ryan, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, literally it was I had so much fun. And then after we did that, it was like kind of like 4 o'clock. And then we did one scene where I had to like lay down on this bed. They had to put like this weird tripod thing, and they had to do this one thing scene where I was supposed to be sweaty. So of course the producer, Mr. Malone, he had this spray bottle and he sprayed my face. Like first of all, he scared me a couple of times, sprayed my face, and I wasn't ready. So I was like, literally trying to dodge, like move out of the way every single time. And then sometimes he would spray me a couple of extra times just for good measure. That was very interesting, very funny. And the same thing with that scene, it was interesting because the first take, my second take were my best takes just because I was just the most spontaneous then. Then we did the scene where we're supposed to be driving. So we all went outside, changed clothes. I did my makeup again because I was like, I'm not gonna be looking all ugly while we're being outside, being filmed. And so that's where you see me with my yellow shirt, my hair done, my earrings. So I was like, excuse me, my face gonna be beat since I'm not gonna be like in my pajamas anymore. I'm gonna be out and about. Use the time to make my face look all good. Yes, please. That scene was pretty straightforward. One time though, we were supposed to be driving. We drove and the producer came over and he's like, you know, you guys are supposed to be talking to each other. And I was like, oh, oops, my bad. And so we tried it again, and this time I was like, you know, like, what's happening, girl? How you doing? Like being all happy and bubbly, like basically how I am here. And he's like, you know, it's not supposed to be a happy scene. You're supposed to be sad. And I was like, excuse me, did you say sad? And he's like, yeah, you're supposed to be sad for this scene. You're not supposed to be happy. And I was like, whoops. So we had to do it again. And this time it's gonna be all like, you know, monotone. This scene was another scene that had a lot more lines in, and the director had to tell me to slow down because one, I have a habit of talking fast, and she was like, you know, take your time with this scene, slow down, really enjoy the pauses. I had to kind of like take a step back and take the direction and redo the scene. And I don't know how well I did it. I think I could have gone even slower, but they got the shots that they needed, so that was good. And then after that scene, it started to rain. So they had to do the last scene. So basically I walk out of the car and go somewhere. The point it started raining, they're like, I'm not even sure if we can get this shot. Because usually for each shot, it takes like 10-15 minutes to just set up the cameras and to get us all ready. And it was raining, so it was obviously gonna get wet like really fast. But they decided to do it. We didn't have to come back to the house, film that scene. That was another scene that I decided to take a risk. So I went up the hill and I was supposed to just kind of like keep going, but instead I actually turned back and then I kept on going. And they liked it. They thought it was really, really cool, and they thought the shot was really, really cool, and it actually worked. So yay! And that was pretty much it. It was so much fun, like genuinely, like I said this before, I had this whole long rant. I love them so much. If you laugh, I laughed so many times. I could be myself, and it's very hard for me to be myself sometimes because I am goofy and crazy, but I had so much fun. I genuinely enjoyed it so much. If I could ever work with them again for another project, another movie, I will not drop everything because if I'm holding eggs, I don't want to drop eggs, but I will clear some time in my schedule to work with them again because I love them so much. It was genuinely so much fun. It was just so good, so much fun. I genuinely enjoyed it. So yeah, that's it. I have 37 seconds. So join in sometime next week or this week for part 2 where I talk about how we filmed the actual car accident scene. My face is all bloodied and I look like this. If you guys would like to know more about how to be in films like I am in films, click the playlist that's in the description below where I give you guys acting tutorials and how to be an actor just like me. Definitely watch all of those videos. I give you guys everything that I know, so definitely do that. Check out my Snapchat because I do so much more behind the scenes. I'm vlogging on there. I'm going to be doing a lot more in the future, and I will see you guys next time. I love you. I love you guys so, so much. Have an amazing day. Ciao.